And we are back. Pokemon Sun, Hardcore Nuzlocke, the run continues. We're going to kick this episode off with our very own Mimikyu encounter in the Thrifty Mega Mart. We're going to chuck the Ultra Ball and secure it and see if we can turn this ship around. It is now time to take on Team Skull Boss Guzma once again with his Glycopod, and we're going to go in for that same combination with the Beak Blast. It uses the Razor Shell, drops us to 33. We do lose our defense there, but we also get the responding damage with the burn before the emergency exit gets the bug to safety. So we will take that. The Toucan's hurting now. We just have to watch out for a potential pursuit play if the Ariados wants to do that. So let's see what we do here. We know he has Sucker Punch and we don't want to lean into that. So we just pivot to the Wishy-Washy, dodge the Sucker Punch, really good stuff. And now it's going to be this big fish versus the spider. The Fell Stinger comes down, stab bug type move, but that is no problem as we lean into a stab brine, do tons of damage. We're going to have to eat another Fell Stinger here, but we respond with another brine, and the spider falls. Now that all that's left is the Glycopod burning in the red HP here, and it does have the stab first impression bug type move, which is super strong and scary, and it also has the Razor Shell we got to watch out for, and it looks like half the team is weak to the stab Razor Shell, so that's not good, and Lurantis can fall to the bug type move. Even though Glycopod's burned, I think he might be able to one-shot. So it really comes down to, are we going to pivot into the Toucan, but that's risking the Razor Shell, or just staying with the Wishy-Washy, honestly, and not risk the swap. So I think we're going all in here. It goes for the stab first impression. We're going to have to tank this through the burn. We absolutely do. The Wishy-Washy holds on and gets the Feint Attack off, and the Glycopod falls. Guzma can be super scary, but I'm really glad we beat him without losing any team members. Let's go. It is now time for two key evolutions, the first being the Grass-type Lurantis, and the second being the one and only Alolan Ninetales. We've got the Fairy Ice typing, so good, so strong, super excited for both of these. Next up on the menu is we go all the way back to 10 Carat Lane, or the farthest hollow, and we run into the cute little Rockruff. We're just going to chuck the Quick Ball and secure a very, very cute and cuddly rock type encounter. Super excited for the Lycanroc. Let's keep going. It is time to take on Gladion once again with his scary type Null. Let's see if we can learn from the past battle or battles against him and beat him without dropping any Pokemon in the process. The Graveler comes down working with the Rock Electric typing here, so a very favorable matchup against the Golbat. We're going to have to tank the Poison Fang here. No poison, which is absolutely huge. The Thunder Punch in response almost one-shots the bat. We're going to have to tank one more Poison Fang here. No poison again. Beautiful stuff, and we fade away with a Thunder Punch. So that's one Pokemon down, 2 to go. Gladion sends out the type Null next, his ace. Very formidable normal type Pokemon, but we have the stab Brick Break. We tank the X Scissor, no problem there. It is neutral and it's not stab. We take that about a third off the top on the type Null. Another X Scissor comes down. We are trading blows, but we also do have the Eviolite equipped on the chubby bundle of rocks, so that is doing wonders as well on top of a high base stat. With the defense, and a third Brick Break finishes the job. Type Null is gone. Final Pokemon on the docket here is the Sneasel, very fast, dark ice typing, but we have the 4 times Brick Break, so we roll it all on the fact that we can tank a Feint Attack, and we can, and this Graveler had Gladion's number from the get-go. I will definitely take that fight. Mere moments after the Gladion fight, we get challenged by Nanu here, another one of the captains of the island, and he sends out his Sableye. So I'm hoping that the team that we had for Gladion is also going to serve us well against him. Let's wait and see. The Sableye probably does have Fake Out, but our bundle of rocks again has the Eviolite, so we should be able to tank this no problem. Let's go ahead and get some Rock Tombs down to drop the speed, so whoever else comes out can just cleanly outspeed the Sableye. On top of that, we do some really good damage, but the Shadow Ball in response attacks our special defense, and that is much lower than our physical. But the Sableye comes out with a huge pivot into the Crocroak, who's going to tank this Thunder Punch. Ridiculous pivot. And now we are stuck in this spot against the Crocodile. We do have the Toucannon with the flying typing who can potentially dodge any ground type moves, and that is exactly what happens. The Earthquake comes down for the kill, but we dodge it with the Toucan, and now we are looking pretty good as the Croco is probably just going to lean into stab dark type moves. It actually goes for the swagger. We're going to get a Swords Dance, but also the confusion, so the potential to really hurt ourselves. However, the Toucan breaks through with the Brick Break and one shots the Crocodile. Really good stuff there. The Sableye comes back out, only 1/3 HP down. She's probably going to look for the fake out actually, so we might be able to abuse that with the Beat Blast. But let's go ahead and check our options to see what else we have on the table. He's super effective against the Marowak. Shiinotic, the mushroom, isn't very strong offensively, so I don't know about that. So I think we're just going to stay in with the Toucan, go for the Beat Blast, and let the fake out completely backfire on the Sableye. That is so calculated. It's beautiful, but we did flinch, so we couldn't actually hurt him with the Beak Blast. So now we're going to pivot to the Drill Peck, and that should be enough to kill from that range with the burn. However, the full heal comes down, gets rid of the burn, but the Drill Peck does finish the Sableye. Very interesting stuff there from Nanu, and the Ace Persian comes down. We go for the stab Brick Break, but the fake out connects. We flinch, can't move as the Toucan, but Persian does have Power Gem, and that is super effective. We hold on with 6 HP to the Toucan's name, but we bring Persian down to about 5 HP, holding on. And now we are both bleeding out. Nanu might go for the kill. He might heal. I'm not 100% sure. So I think we're going to pivot into the Kraballer, who is super effective against the Persian while also resisting its dark type moves as well as rock type moves, as it does get the heal, goes all the way back to full, and now it is a 1v1 here. We're going all in on the fighting type stab move. Dart Pulse comes down. It's not very effective, but we don't flinch, which is huge. We're still hovering above half HP. The little crab here is getting buff, is getting swole, uses the all-out pummeling, is going to fly in and see if he can take out this Persian cat. And the animation can barely keep up. It's so strong. He comes in, and it's not enough to kill the Persian. That is stab super effective, and it is not enough. We're going to go in for one more, and we completely forget that Nanu has his own Z move ready to go. We could have tanked another Dart Pulse, but we can't tank a Black Hole Eclipse. Look at this. As the crab gets deleted into the next dimension, we absolutely lose Kraballer. Oh my gosh. So now we're going to have to swap in somebody who's healthy and just take out the cat, avenge the cute little crab with the boxing mitts, and we just go all in on the Giga Drain. The Power Gem comes down, doesn't do too much damage, and we just get a clean finish right there. We're going to have to go bury the crab, rest in peace, and on to the next part of the run. All right, it is now time to take on the Aether Branch Chief Faba or Faba. All he has is a level 39 Hypno, and we have a full team of 6. This shouldn't be too difficult, but let's see what happens here as the Hypno comes down with the Hypnosis. The Chubby Graveler falls asleep on the job. Not great, but let's see if we can rebound from that. We don't have any Sleeping Berries equipped, so I was not prepared in that regard, but look at our special defense. That is just so low in comparison to our physical defense, so I don't think that's going to bode well even with the Eviolite. And we still have some pretty good options to swap into, but you can definitely feel Persian not being here, as that was one of our only dark types that we had, and I think this fight would have been so easy with him, as Psychic could not have affected. Wishy-Washy tanks that off the top, not too bad. We do have a super effective feint attack. However, the Hypno outspeeds and gets another Hypnosis off, and now the Whale is sleeping on the job with another stab Psychic coming in, and Wishy-Washy is absolutely flirting with death. We could roll it all and try to break out of sleep to get a feint attack off, but I am not sure, because I think we are dead to a critical. So the team is starting to look like it is in grave danger here, and we're floating on the Marowak as well. We have the little mushroom as well to swap into. Sandygast has not evolved, so that's kind of scary. But the Nightmare comes down, and that is going to start chipping away on top of any Psychics that the Hypno has, and that is a ton of damage as well. We lose the upgraded version of the Wishy-Washy, and now Hypno is just laughing in our face as we try to face him head on. The Toucan comes down. My pride and joy of this run is going to have to eat a stab Psychic and can barely tank one of them, just floating above half HP. We can go for the Beak Blast, we can go for the Drill Peck, but this is going to be rough, especially if Hypno lands another Hypnosis, and it doesn't, so we do break free with a monstrous Beak Blast, and it almost kills the Hypno, but it lands the second Hypnosis, and this Hypno's accuracy is complete God mode right now. holding the ring in one hand and just flexing with the other. And now we have 3 Pokemon asleep. And we still have Marowak, Sandygast, and the Mushroom to swap into. However, if he just keeps firing off Hypnosis and Psychic, we are going to be looking so much worse for wear. And I am thinking about what to do here. We do lock in the Marowak coming down with our Flaming Torch, has to tank a Psychic. And again, we are more physically defensive than special. So we are just not well prepared for this, as we could risk the critical or the high roll, but we don't, and we swap back into the Sleeping Bundle of Rocks as we can barely tank a Psychic, potentially using up all of Hypno's Psychic PP as well. But the Nightmare comes down, and that's going to start chipping away, and now the Chubby Graveler is in contention for the next death in the run, as half the team is sleeping on the job. We get him out to safety as we check in the Bundle of Sand to eat a Psychic, and that almost one-shots us, as I am so terrified to stay in. We're just going to swap into the Mushroom, potentially running all of the Psychics out here. The Mushroom tanks the Psychic and does fairly well with a higher special defense, and that is beautiful. Can we get the Giga Drain? We cannot, because the Hypno outspeeds as well. So not only is my team really bad on the special defense, it's very slow, so this Hypno just has complete free reign right now. And this is just an embarrassment, as the Nightmare damage completely adds up. And now 4 out of 6 Pokemon are asleep, and this looks like the beginning of the end, as another Psychic comes down. And if you add a critical hit to the mix, we cannot tank that on top of a Nightmare. And the Mushroom is an absolute sacrifice to Faeba, as he just sits there giggling in those stupid glasses as Marowak comes down and to try to avenge the broken. We lean into a Flame Charge. The Hypnosis connects, and this Hypno is an absolute monster. An absolute monster. We are so in trouble. We're going to stay in. We're going to try to tank one more Psychic. Can Marowak hold on with 7 HP? Yes, we can. The Cursed Body comes down and blocks the Psychic, and that might be the window that we needed to crawl through to win this game, as the entire team is sleeping. Someone's dead. What are we doing? The Nightmare connects on the Toucan. He is sleeping, and these are not good dreams. These are not pleasant. Hypno completely flexing right now is probably just going to go for another Nightmare. We are absolutely in trouble right now. I don't even know what to do. This could be a potential wipe. The Mimikyu is just giggling from the grave as we are struggling to get this run underway. The Hypnosis comes down, but we're already asleep. That Psychic Cursed Body paying off dividends. The Nightmare comes down, but if we do not wake up, we are screwed, but we do, and the Thunder Punch saves the day. The Chubby Bundle of Rocks begins and ends the fight. Faeba, an absolute force with 1 Pokemon. If I do this run again, I am coming prepared. I know exactly what to do, but my gosh, we showed exactly what not to do in this fight. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.